barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, feel free to join the Patreon. What else? We're going into day 4 of the 90-day challenge, Road to Dallas. Feel free to be inspired. Let's go. The last challenge was pretty dope, leading into Wilder Fury. This one's a little bit more intense. And I'm about to be shredded like a son of man. I'm just gloating a little bit. I'm already in dumb shape, but I'm about to be in just mega, like insane shape. Anyways, I want to talk about what I saw on Fanon's video this morning, that Ben Davison was having second thoughts. He's volunteering Wilder's services to Joshua. And I didn't want to talk about this. This is one of the topics that I didn't mention to you guys when I went to dinner with Wilder 2 days after the fight that Monday. And I told Wilder, and this was a conversation we had. I said, Wilder, he knows he got knocked out. And I'm talking about Tyson Fury. He knows he was knocked out cold. And when you get knocked out cold, you will definitely have reservations about doing what you did again. And moreover than that, his handlers know he was knocked out cold. And with that being said, they obviously have their best interests at heart alongside Tyson Fury's best interests. And at the end of the day, it only makes sense. And this Tyson Fury hasn't spoken on this, so I'm handing you guys. I'm using Fanon as my primary source in this video. And a very credible man. Actually, Fanon, you know what I would love to hear? More about your law school, your journey through law school. I'm real interested in that. That's black excellence at its highest, on its highest point. And yeah, Tyson Fury has yet to speak on this. And why is that so important? Is because you want to hear it from him, and you want to see what's his frame of reference and how he answers the questions, the delays in his answers, the octaves, the tones, the energy behind it, so we can get a better view of what the hell is going on. And more importantly, as go back and watch Tyson Fury's wife interview, you'll learn a lot about Tyson Fury and the dynamics of their relationship. And she knows Tyson Fury as good as anyone on this earth. They have 5 kids together. Excuse me, soon to be 5 kids. Congratulations to the Fury family, the 5th child upcoming. She says she has fears of Tyson Fury retreating, having a setback, going back to the person that he was prior to this comeback. Drugs and alcohol, the abundance of weight. Mental illnesses, depression, and you guys know the full details of that. I just think that we have to act on Tyson Fury right now. We definitely have to act on Tyson Fury right now, because we don't know who this man will be 1 year from now. And to his credit, he's dedicated this year of his life. Part 2 to that is the same thing can happen in reverse. So, and if his wife is having reservations, we should as well. Obviously through Ellie, again, he mentioned to me that the family thought that Tyson Fury had lost the fight. So with that being said, I think that when all the energies is calmed down and everyone is off their adrenaline, off the excitement of what they've just went through. First, I'm not sure if this is Tyson Fury's first American pay-per-view. I'm sure he's been on pay-per-view over in the UK. But the promotion, the excitement, the monies that they've generated, the success that they've generated, they've come down from that now. We're going into 2 or 3 weeks from the fight. And now reality starts to set in, and you can view it from 50,000 feet, and you can see the realities of going into a part 2. Deontay Wilder said yesterday, and I did a video on it, I must have Tyson Fury next. And the question was raised, how much money would it take for you to fight um, Anthony Joshua as opposed to fighting Tyson Fury? He says, I must fight Tyson Fury next. And with that being said, I think it's just dope that he wants the immediate rematch. Many fighters have gone public and saying they would rather delay the rematch until later on in their career or not want the rematch at all. But there you have a man who was in the fight of his life. Let's be, when A-level fights A-level, fans have a misconception of A-level versus A-level. They think the perception of the better A-level is supposed to just walk through the other A-level. Nothing's that easy. Use the NFL as the example. I'm not watching football, but I'm just going off of the conversations that I hear and the bottom line on ESPN. The Cleveland Browns are not that good, right? They haven't been for the past couple of years. They're still going to compete 8 to 10 times out of the year. You're going to have to earn the victory, right? And that's the realities of boxing. Nothing. If a fighter makes it look easy, kudos to him. There's nothing easy about walking up those 3 steps. There's nothing easy about dedicating 8 to 12 weeks of your life to sheer destruction of the physical body and the mental stability of yourself. Because lack of oxygen means lack of common sense, basically. You know what I mean? And that's basically what you're doing. Just hope to God that you have some great red blood cells that can heal your body and give you the energies to be successful. But and also I want to mention this video too. The irony of the validity of Andre Ward's statement as it relates to as it relates to Deontay Wilder. He chose the wrong man. It's actually Tyson Fury, who has yet to come out publicly and talk about what he plans to do next. IFL gonna have some gold this week, man. Some gold, because I envision Tyson Fury will be at Billy Joe Saunders' fight this week. He's fighting a light touch, according to him. 8-round fight. So he'll be present at the fight, and Tyson Fury loves the limelight. That's just who he is, and I enjoy him being in the limelight. So I'm anxious to hear the interviews that IFL is going to have this weekend. It's going to be very, very, very influential in terms of the narrative of the forward progression of boxing. So I'm anxious to hear after this week, and also just a sidebar. This is a great Saturday for boxing. We have every entity in boxing putting on well above average cards. So grab your popcorn, take your girl or take your man, I don't know whoever does it, get their nails done a little bit earlier. Go hit the ball off the tee a little bit earlier today. Go catch some glove, go catch some baseballs, some footballs, go shoot some basketballs a little bit earlier, because once 2:30 hits on Showtime, like me, I'll be supplanted somewhere watching these fights. So thank God for these. Thank God for these smartphones now. You don't have to be home to watch it live. That's just that changed the whole ball game. You know what I'm saying? So, but as I digress back into the topic at hand, I'm anxious to hear what Tyson Fury has to say. Bennett Davison has come out and said that he doesn't mind. Now, that's a loaded answer, because he's speaking from the consciousness of Tyson Fury's career. He's not thinking of it in terms of, I don't think he's afraid of him, because how Fanon word, he says he doesn't have a problem, or he doesn't mind him going to fight him. So that means that he's going to fight him, but just a little later, on his time, when he's comfortable, when he believes he's damaged goods, per se. This is just interpretation of the interpretation. I could be loosely right, but at the end of the day, he doesn't mind him fighting Anthony Joshua next. And if that fight is next, That fight has to be in America. I know the UK fans gonna be upset. The reason why that fight has to be in America, not because of Ace High and B High and C High. Y'all need to get all the money possible. Money don't grow on trees, man. It's like when you miss your connect in the hood. Whatever it is, for TVs, for chickens, whatever, for pencils, for T-shirts. When you miss your connect, and someone else is gonna take up on that sale. So Charlo and Hurd and you guys might be mad, but Charlo and Hurd could potentially steal the show this year, and the narrative could change in terms of us wanting more. And part two to that, if Pacquiao defeats Broner, the narrative could change. There's so many more topics that can happen that can get in the way of 10% of your audience buying the pay-per-views because they just bought one last month. And who wants a $350 cable bill? 9 out of 10 Americans hate their cable bill. So at the end of the day, and then you have Mikey Garcia fighting Errol Spence. If Mikey Garcia upsets Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia will be the hottest thing for the next year. We will never stop talking about that. If Mikey Garcia upsets Errol Spence, I can do videos on that for a year, and you guys will still be interested in that topic. It's the upset of the year. It's like they just released 42-1 20 years later, 30 years later. It's still relevant. People still want to it's like where were you when MLK was shot? It's like one of the moments. And if Mikey Garcia does it, that's going to be the moment of our generation. Like, where were you when Mikey Garcia upset Errol Spence? So upsets do happen. Tides change, weather change, and times change. So my advice to Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder is, if you guys can have that fight in June, it makes sense for you guys to have it in June, because the reality of the boxing schedule is, I don't think you can do it in April. April is an open month for a pay-per-view. May isn't. So June would be a hell of a month to run that back to Vegas. And it all makes sense. So I don't consider it a bad thing. But I do believe, Kennedy's, I do believe that you have to optimize and take advantage of your timing. And all these subplots could come in and be primary plots moving forward. So take advantage. You guys are the topic of boxing right now. And if you miss this boat, you may have some interruptions in your services. So I believe either of the two is viable. If you ask me right now who I would want, because of the look I saw in Deontay Wilder's face as it relates to Tyson Fury, I would want that for him. For me, I think proof of concept, because we already know what's going to happen, the potential of the rematch of Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Whichever side you want. If you believe Tyson Fury won, you believe he's going to outbox him a little better in the rematch. If you're on my side, you believe Deontay Wilder is going to find him in the rematch a little bit earlier, right? So with that being said, I want proof of concept. I want proof that Deontay Wilder is the baddest man on the planet. I want him to flatline Anthony Joshua in the T-Mobile Arena. And I want 10,000 to 12,000 UK fans to come on over and watch it live. I'm being honest. And that's what I genuinely would like from a selfish perspective. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. It's Thursday, y'all. It's Thursday. Make sure you treat Thursday like Friday and Monday like Friday, all right? Have a great time. I salute y'all. And love somebody. Call somebody and tell them you love them. It's too easy to text. Call somebody and tell them you love them. All right? Barbershop Conversations. I'm going to do that within the next hour and a half. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.